Hello there, everyone. I am here with the one, the only, Ben, son of Jen and Pen. Oh, Benno, it is Ben.
You're right.
And we also have the gaming channel. This is the gaming channel here. The Hope in the North, Liam.
And that is all.
Yep, and now he's gone. Well, see you, Liam. So he only came to shop for that little bit, and that nah. But anyway, today this is the first live podcast ever, and today we will be reviewing The Mandalorian Season 2. So let's start with the first episode then. I was surprised with how good it was, to be honest. I was really blown away because I thought Season 1, man, are they really going to be able to replicate this success? But they did straight away. I was thinking, all right, there's rumors that Boba Fett's coming back. The Mandalorian, he left Baby Yoda with that woman, didn't he, in the Mos Eisley hangar or wherever it is?
Yeah.
I think he did. And then he went to this really, the town is more dead than Mos Eisley. So he rolled up to that town, and then Boba Fett came in, and he's like, give me the armor. And he's like, well, if you can help me take down this monster, you can have the armor. And
that wasn't Boba Fett. That was someone else.
No, yeah, it was I don't know the dude's name.
Yeah, I can't remember his name now. I know that apparently he's in one of the, I think, Aftermath books.
Oh, that's pretty cool. But anyway, the Boba Fett wannabe, he I don't know his name, but he was a really cool character, and he just seemed like, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the start. The start was epic when the Mandalorian was chilling, watching the boxing fight, and that dude's like, I'm gonna kill you, and all the people leave, and then he's like, I'll give you a bit of time to not kill you, and then they're like, oh no, and then he just presses the thing and goes, pew, 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 and then kills all those arseholes, and then then that fat guy's just wobbling out, and then Mando gets him stuck up on a lamppost, and he says, please don't kill me, Mando, and then Mando's like, I won't be responsible for your death, and then he just leaves him there in the dark, and amazing, man, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
But back to the plot. They have to kill this massive monster that keeps eating the banthas and the sand people and the villagers. It's cool how they made the monster really hard to beat, and they gave a reason why he couldn't just use the Razor Crest and shoot the monster, because the monster would be able to detect the thing flying above and wouldn't come out.
Yeah, it's cool that it was the same thing in A New Hope, where it's the skeleton that R2 and C-3PO walk past.
Oh, really? Bloody hell!
Yeah, same species.
That is really cool.
Yeah, it's a great dragon, isn't it? Yeah.
I had no idea.
So we actually got to see one. We actually got to see one on screen for the first time in live action.
Yeah,
that is well cool.
I think that's the beauty of these all these live action shows they're planning, where we get to see we get to see the underside of all the the galaxy that we've only seen a bit of in the movies.
Yeah,
and that's stuff the fans want to see. Yeah,
but you can't get the same response with a book than you can with a really good TV show with like a score and special effects and all that.
It's interesting to know stuff, but yeah, I mean, seeing it is something else.
Yeah, I mean, even though it's just a little village and a cave, it does add more to Tatooine with how big it is. It isn't just Mos Eisley, Uncle Owen's farm, and bloody a few caves here and there, and Obi-Wan's shack, and the racing place and Jabba's palace. There's more to it, and I just like how they keep expanding the planet. And other planets as well.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, so they have to make a deal with the Sand People. They're like, oh, you've got to help us take these people down. And the Sand People are like, well, no, they're doing all the hand gestures.
Yeah.
They're doing all that sign language. And they eventually come to an agreement that they'll work together. I don't know what it was in exchange for, but they just think, oh, we've got a common enemy. We've got to take this down. And then then there's a massive action scene with the Sand People and the villagers. and it's just awesome. It's great how the monster keeps beating him, and the monster just can't be beat and all that jazz. But and it doesn't work when the monster lies on those bombs. It doesn't work, does it? So Mando gets a bantha to have all the bombs attached to it, and then Mando shoots himself into the bantha, not the bantha, into the monster's mouth, and manages to get out and then detonate it. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Great episode, great action, great story, nice meaning. You know, we need to come together and help each other instead of being divided, you know. So, yeah, we've got...
And then, of course, we have Boba Fett at the end, the cheeky cameo.
Yeah, that was cool, yeah.
Best in the episode.
Yeah.
Boba Fett's been getting a lot of hair removal cream all over his bald dome, so that's very cool. He looks totally different, and it's nice we get to see a Boba Fett face like properly. I know we see him as a kid and we see him as a teenager in the Clone Wars TV show, but we don't see his face as a fully grown man. Well, obviously it's just the guy who played Jango Fett and the Clone Troopers, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, like adult Boba that we saw in the original trilogy take his helmet off. And we finally get confirmation that he like gets out the Starlight Pit as well, which is great. I love Return of the Jedi, but it's a bit of a weak death for such a cool character, isn't it?
Yeah, because all that happened. I mean, it was a daft death as well, because Han Solo was like, "I can't see, where am I?" And then he just hits Boba Fett's jetpack.
Yeah,
like, what's going on? And Boba Fett goes, "What?"
Yeah.
That was just saftness. Absolutely saft, but there you go. But yeah, overall, great episode, great series introduction. Very solid, very great. Really enjoyed it. Did you guys like it as well, or were you not too keen? Or
I loved it personally.
I thought it was it was a good start, but it's not one of my favorite episodes personally.
Okay, fair enough. Any weak points of the episode for you guys, or?
Nah, not really.
I don't know. I just thought maybe compared to some episodes, I don't know. I just thought it wasn't quite as, I don't know, maybe interesting or cool. And it's not, doesn't, of course, it has some big action set pieces, and especially with the Great Dragon. But I suppose personally, I think the encounter with the Great Dragon probably was a bit too long for me, but it made sense, you know, because it was it's a legendary creature really in Star Wars. Yeah, I don't think it has some of the best action personally, but it was a big start to the series, I guess, which made sense.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't got much rewatchability, but at the same time,
probably right.
I suppose it's better when you're having more wordy confrontations with the villain of the episode, and it's not just a massive monster. But yeah, I thought it was a great episode. So next episode, isn't it the one where he has to take the frog alien?
Yeah, well, they go to that sort of they land in that cave on that icy planet or whatever, don't they? With the spiders and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they the woman on Tatooine, I can't remember her name, with the droid. Yeah. She's like, "Oh, Mando, I've got a job for you," and he's like, "No." And then she's like, "Well, this frog woman wants the transportation," and then he's like, "Okay then." And then, but then she says, "Oh, but you can't go over hyperspace, otherwise the eggs will explode." And he's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" So that's well, that would have been a boring episode, wouldn't have it? He's just like, "All right, let's go," and then he makes it water planet.
Yeah, there's a lot of Baby Yoda in that episode.
Yeah, Baby Yoda coughing the eggs.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. All that stuff, personally. I actually think I prefer and did prefer that episode to the premiere. I know a lot of people didn't like it because they thought, it was a filler and all that, but I think I actually preferred it to the first one.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I'd probably say my least favorite of season 2, but it wasn't bad. It just wasn't as interesting.
Yeah, same. I agree with Benno here, because the thing is, well, it was. I still found it good and still personally enjoyed it, but it just seemed like, oh, we've got to escape the X-Wing people. Oh, we've landed here. Let's walk around. Oh, she's in the hot tub. Oh, there's spiders. Run off. X-Wing saves Mando.
Yeah.
And that's the end.
I don't know. I mean, I liked all the stuff with it. I like the stuff with the soundtrack, and I don't know. I guess just focusing just on the Mando and Baby Yoda, and the stuff with the spiders, I guess, and
that was just giving me Chamber of Secrets.
yeah.
I hate massive spiders and Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. I was like, oh god.
Yeah. I can't remember. I forgot what I was going to say. And like I said, the humor with the eggs and Baby Yoda, I liked all that as well. I thought that was funny. So
yeah, I mean,
really enjoyed it personally.
It was cool how their backs was against the wall, and Mando's like, "Sorry, I can't get you there." You know, oh well, we'll be lucky to get our lives back off this planet. So that was kind of cool how their backs were really against the wall. But yeah, pretty weak episode compared to the rest of them, in my opinion.
At the same time, it's the start of an arc with it's the start of the arc with that alien and the eggs, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
because is it the next episode and maybe the episode after has the alien and the eggs as well, if I'm right. Yeah.
But overall, good in my opinion.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked it.
Fair play. So next episode is oi, Bo-Katan came back with her
yes,
squad.
I think it is. Oh, that was I liked it. Yeah, that was cool.
That episode was absolutely fantastic. Really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. I love to see Bo-Katan back. I couldn't believe that was the actual actress who voiced her, and I was like, whoa, that actually made her look like how she does in real life in the show. I thought, man, that's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, that was just the right move. I think it was just perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of like getting someone who doesn't look like a character to be in the Clone Wars, but they do match up the characters very, very well, thankfully. So
yeah.
But the story was pretty good. Mando's after he's like, "Can you get me to my own kind?" And then these dodgy, weird aliens are like, "It's gonna cost you." And then he's like, "Oh, have you ever seen this creature feed?" And then he's like, "No." And then those pirates are the biggest bellends ever, just chucking Baby Yoda in there. But thankfully, the thingy went like that. Don't they realise how much Baby Yoda's worth? Are they bloody stupid? But there was mostly after the Beskar, which the monster might have just eaten the Beskar as well. So. But there you go. But it was nice to see the other Mandalorians come in and save him. And then she's like, "Well, you got to come with me on a mission, big boy." And then he's like, "Oh." And then he leaves Baby Yoda with the Frog Man and Frog Woman and the Frog Babies. And Baby Yoda doesn't eat them because he's like, "Oh, they're actual people. That's nice." And they go off.
He probably wants to.
Yeah, it probably does. Just the parents. He just doesn't because of the parents, I think.
Yeah, the parents should probably hit him. But then what happens? Oh yeah, they go onto the ship. They hijack the ship, which is really cool. Pretty good action in there.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, with the stuff with those, when Moff Gideon's like, "You know what to do," and then that guy just shoots them both, and then he gets it. He's like, "Long live the Empire." That's why that's like they're just a bunch of lunatics and they want the Empire to go on forever. That's so much more cool than bloody the First Order. Because the First Order just seems like, I mean, if you like it, you like it. And I can see the appeal. It's okay, but it's so much more interesting when people are loons rather than just being forced to join the Empire or make their own empire.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
they're trying to hold on to something that was obviously destroyed ages ago, but they just want it to continue. They want to be dictators. They want to enforce everything. And I just find you just realize, oh shit, they're nutters. They're going to die for this, and they're obviously bad people. They're not dying for something good. They're just loons. But that's insanely interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I think I liked about this season was that they kind of tried to say that the New Republic wasn't necessarily any better than the Empire. That they like both had their flaws. Because when it came to episode 7, I know skipping out of it, they were like, "Oh yeah, these people. It doesn't matter if they're New Republic or Empire, they're still treading on these people's lands." You know, I thought that was pretty cool.
What, the New Republic go and take over people's lands?
Yeah, because I guess like because Mando himself is pretty neutral. He's not on either side. He's a good guy, but he's not, allied.
Well, he was a bad guy. He was leaning towards bad guy at first, but then he was like, "Oh man, I've got to save Baby Yoda."
Yeah, I got a kid now. I got to clean up my act.
Yeah, and now he's leaning towards the good side because obviously he doesn't.
Yes, yeah.
I'd say he's a good guy now. To be fair, throughout the seasons, Baby Yoda has changed him, and it's awesome to either see people turn from slightly bad to good, really bad to good, or regular chemistry teacher to druggy evil mastermind, or moderately evil gangster to evil gangster in the case of Tony Soprano. So it is very interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, what were we even talking about with this episode? Oh yeah, how people are nutters and they die for the Empire. The action scene was awesome.
Yeah.
Overall, I reckon it is probably the best episode of the season so far up to this point.
Maybe.
For me, anyway. The first one was really good. Second one a bit weak, but good. But third one, it just seemed like the action was great. The story was great. I know people go on about the fan service, but I personally like having them in there. It makes you raise your eyes and, to be honest, eyebrows. And to be honest, if you didn't know who Bo-Katan was, you'd probably still think, "Oh, these Mandalorians are cool." So,
yeah. I mean, I do, like I say, I do like the fan service, but I can understand where people are coming from, especially when they say, for example, "Oh, maybe I wanted to see more stuff with just the Mandalorian and the child." I don't know, but yeah, I do like the fan service. It's cool to see.
Yeah,
it's what we want to see.
But Ben, you got any final words about this episode?
As someone who didn't really know the Mando characters that much, I found it was okay. Like, the action was good, but I don't know. I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
Fair enough. Next episode 4, you get I'm so sorry, I can't remember the dude's name. He's got a goatee and he stabbed Mando in the back, but then he became mates with him again.
The guy with the gills, or
the guy. He's like, "Mando, how's it going, my friend?" And then he's like, "You better listen to me." In the one episode,
Grief Karga.
Grief Karga. Yeah, it was awesome to see him back. Absolute Chad. That fat blue guy. The fat blue guy. It was quite funny how he was there. I love the exchanges between him, and he's like, "How about I knock 100 years off your service?" That was quite good.
Oh yeah, they went back to meet. I'm just looking it up now. They went back to meet Cara Dune and Grief Karga. Yeah, like you said, yeah.
And we get the woman, the myth, the legend, Gina Carano. Absolute legend, and a great character as well.
Good character, yeah.
Well, yeah, Cara Dune, but yeah, great stuff. So you get them 3 awesome characters back, and Mando's interacting with them. And why are they going to the base? To get Moff Gideon's coordinates or something? Something to do with.
I'm trying to remember now. Feels like ages ago since I watched the episode. Can you remember, Ben?
I can't remember really.
Oh God! Yeah, it was something to do with Moff Gideon. He had something there. All I can remember is he had something there, and then when they get to the actual place, they find those clones, don't they? They find those clones, and then they find this hollow recording of that scientist from Series 1 who was doing experiments on Baby Yoda.
Oh yeah.
And then he's talking about someone force sensitive with the Mandalorian characters, the donor or something. And there have also been theories as to who might be in the tanks and whether it might be setting up the sequel trilogy with Snoke and all that, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Well, I think I remember they destroyed the base in the end anyway, so maybe they were annoyed at the Empire's influence in the area.
Yeah, I guess in a way it's smart as well because I don't know, it stops. Well, as well as it being, I guess, a setback for the Empire in a way. I don't know, it just maybe stops all of that info and whatever, maybe getting into the wrong hands and maybe developing further, perhaps. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, actually, you know what? This is probably the best episode of the series now. Thinking about it, I just thought the action was cool. I love seeing them characters back. Gina was kicking ass. It was great.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember it. Yeah, I think there was some cool action. I remember actually towards the end there's that long chase sequence, isn't there? where the Empire, the Scout Troopers are on speeder bikes, and one of them even crashes as well because he's trying to be too cocky or whatever. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Which
I
is
do,
different. Yeah, like I said, a long chase sequence. They're chasing after Gina and Grief and the Mando and all them in that. Aren't they in one of those Imperial things? I can't remember what it's called. What it is now. But they're chasing after him, and then the TIE fighters come in as well.
His car got destroyed, so yeah, I think that to hijack the vehicle, didn't they?
Oh yeah, the land speeder was it? Yeah. Well, they're either in the land speeder or they went into
Oh no, it was the flat blue guy speeder. I think
that was it. Yeah.
And then he was like, "No."
Oh yeah.
Legendary.
Yeah, but there's that long chase sequence, and then the TIE fighters come in, and it's a long sequence, but I think it's cool. And then isn't there a bit of a dogfight between Mandalorian in his ship and is it the TIE fighters in the sky or something like that?
Yeah, he comes in and saves them at the last minute, I think.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. What's the next episode then? Oh, Ahsoka.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This one was still pretty good. I liked how the Beskar is like the hardest thing ever, and it can deal with lightsaber strikes, and Mando's going boof, boof, boof to the lightsaber. That's really awesome. I mean, that tyrant in charge of the bloody village, I don't know why she hates the Jedi so much. What the bloody hell's a problem?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Prejudice, man.
Yeah.
Can I just quickly mention the last episode again? Sorry.
Oh sure, go for it.
It's just because I'm looking at the episodes now, and it's telling me the synopsis or what happened, and it says that how we were trying to figure out why they went to Moff Gideon's base or whatever. It just says here that the last challenge they're facing is the remaining Imperial base on the planet, and the Mando agrees to help them destroy it. And then, they discovered it's being used as a lab to conduct experiments with child's blood because that was a high Mandalorian camp. So basically, they're getting rid of the Imperial presence, aren't they?
That makes sense.
Anyway, back to episode 5.
Personally, I found this one a tad bit not as weak as the second one. Still a little bit better, like still good, but I don't know. This one felt like fan service for the sake of it. I mean, it was cool to see Ahsoka back and all that jazz, but it's sort of like the same old thing over and over and over again. You find old Jedi, well, she's no Jedi, but you find the old Jedi genius, and then they're like, "No, I don't want to train you." And then you're like, "Come on, please." And then they're like, "No." And then it's just like, "Oh, it's this old thing again. He's a baby. Train him, for goodness sake."
It's a good point, actually. Yeah, good point.
I honestly, I found that the episode was slow. I mean that in a sense of like it was like 45 minutes long in a season where they kind of trimmed some of the episode lengths. So some of them were like 30 minutes when they should have been 45 minutes. But this one, I mean, it just felt like about maybe 10 minutes worth of action happens in this long span of time. And I think it's because the tone of the show is it's kind of like this sort of like spaghetti western vibes where everything's like slow paced and stuff. But I don't know. I wouldn't jump to rewatch it.
I could be wrong, but I think there were sort of mixed reactions to this episode because obviously some people would have loved it because of Ahsoka and actually seeing her in live action and whatever. But I guess other people, I think, probably didn't because, like you said, James, there's fan service and maybe they just want to see more of just the Mando and his character and whatever. Because in a way, this episode, it did sort of take the spotlight off the Mandalorian, didn't it? It sort of went to Ahsoka, really.
Yeah.
Go on.
I was just going to say, like, Ahsoka's a good character and all, but apart from the thing is, when the Mandalorian was fighting that henchman, I found that a bit boring. Like, they were just talking for a bit, and then he tried to kill Mando in the end, and that was that. And it's just like, what?
I think it's about stakes, really, because I didn't feel like anyone was in danger because I knew that Ahsoka wasn't going to die or anything. And I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean, there's some good action, and I thought there was some interesting stuff between. Actually, we actually found out a bit more about Baby Yoda. Actually, we found out he's called Grogu.
Oh yeah, Grogu. How he's
and I thought that was interesting when Ahsoka and but when all three of them were around that campfire, was it? And they were talking, and then we found out more about Grogu, and Ahsoka managed to connect with him, and then the Mando started using his name as well. And then we saw the bond between the Mando and Grogu as well.
Yeah.
Which Ahsoka picked up on.
Yeah.
Which I guess is sort of the reason why she didn't want to. She thought it's not best to train him.
Well, yeah.
I like to say the action. There was some. I suppose there's some good action. I don't think not some of the best action, but. I mean, I don't think I knew this at first, but when Ahsoka's dueling that woman, Morgan Elspeth, the magistrate, apparently. I think I honestly thought at first that it was more of a sort of Ahsoka was sort of being patient, and then in a way I thought it was sort of. She was sort of trying still, and it was more genuine when Morgan managed to disarm her, because she managed to disarm her of one of her lightsabers, didn't she? And fell in the water. But then afterwards, apparently, I guess it probably doesn't make sense, but I guess Ahsoka wasn't really, she wasn't 100% trying. I guess she was just toying with her, apparently, which I suppose is probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, we get a bit more fan service, I guess, because Ahsoka says to the magistrate, "Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?"
Oh yeah,
which is, of course, setting him up as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if she wasn't trying and was just toying with that villain, then it sort of takes away from the whole threat. A fight scene is only good if. I mean, you can have someone dominate someone else for ages, but it's better if things are even. You're on the edge of your seat. Who's going to win? I mean, you ultimately know Ahsoka's going to win, but how is she going to do it? Is it going to be satisfying, or is it going to be quite easy? I suppose it looked quite hard, but if she's just toying with her, it takes away the villain threat.
Yeah. And then it does say here about the episode as well that she directs them to an ancient temple on Tython. Where Grogu can use the Force to find the Jedi and decide his own fate. And then she also gives a spear to Mandalorian, which is true.
Yeah,
because it's her spear. It was the magistrate's spear.
Does Ahsoka kill that woman then, or not?
No.
Oh, fair play.
She just wins the duel, doesn't she? She wouldn't kill her, would she?
Who takes over the village after that then?
I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. I think the villagers are just free at that point, aren't they? I think
that's nice.
Originally, I guess the village was sort of, it was sort of being controlled, wasn't it, by those people, and now they're free.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I thought the coolest part of the episode was when Ahsoka name dropped Admiral Thrawn, because obviously all that stuff that goes down in Rebels and stuff with him and Ezra Bridger. I think that now that they've announced an Ahsoka series, I think Admiral Thrawn's probably going to be in that, and we might see Ezra, I think. So that could be cool.
Yeah.
Admiral Thrawn's just this blue guy.
He's actually a big deal because he originally popped up in the Heir to the Empire trilogy, which is a series of books in the expanded universe back in the early 90s, and people like those books.
It was basically the EU version of 789, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think people did want him brought back, and then he was. I guess you already know that he's in Rebels, don't you? So. So then it was revealed that he was brought back in Rebels, and people were happy with that, and yeah.
But
he's a cool character, though. He's a cool character, and he's one of the. He's clever as well. He's like Sherlock Holmes, really.
Oh, cool.
In terms of how he can.
Yeah, he's a master tactician, and he's always one step ahead of the enemy. So it's great to like. I've read the first book that the guy who created him wrote. So he wrote a new book that was canon to Star
Oh,
Wars.
yeah. I haven't read that, but yeah, I'm trying to remember the author's name now. I'll have to look it up.
Does he outsmart people in a witty, satisfying way, or is he just an indestructible beast like Michael from Prison Break in season 4?
No, he's definitely not. He's definitely not indestructible. But
Okay.
probably the first one you said. Yeah.
So it's entertaining to watch him outsmart people then.
Yeah.
That's good then. But yeah, overall, good episode. A bit weak compared to the other ones, but not the weakest.
I guess it depends, doesn't it? This one, I guess, it can maybe be a hard one to maybe sort of rate, and where would you place it in the series? I guess would be difficult, depending.
I think if it was a bit more a bit less slow paced, I think I would have enjoyed it more. But I did really like the opening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, of course, that's what people wanted to see, isn't it? Ahsoka and actually.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Ahsoka in live action, in action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a good episode, but yeah, not one of the best, I would say. Yeah.
No.
So is the next one with Bill Burr? Hey guys.
No. Next one's
let's double check. No, it's another cool one. It's a cool one.
I grew up with The Great Escape.
Yeah, no, the next one, episode 6 is Boba.
He's in it.
Oh,
yes, this episode.
Oh.
Directed
Definitely
by
one
Robert
of the best.
Rodriguez, and I fucking this may be my favorite episode of the whole show, just because I was gripped, you know.
Yes, this episode.
It is probably the best one. Whether the next two are the best ones is very debatable, and I'll say my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, but
basically, yeah, the last 3 episodes are some of the best in the show, aren't they? Let's be honest.
I genuinely think, I think it peaks at those. So far, at least.
So yeah, the episode starts off with him we get, at the end of the last one, Ahsoka's like, take him to a force place so we can get a force shield around him. Then he's like, okay, and then he flies there, and then he sees a ship land, and he's like, oh, better go and check that out. And then Boba Fett's like, you've got my armor, mate. You got my armor, laddie. I can't do the New Zealand. You have my armor.
Yeah.
That's better. That's a better impression, James.
You have my armor. I'm a bit like my father before me, just traveling the galaxy.
I'm just a simple man making his way in the universe.
Yeah, that was
It's such a good callback.
Yeah.
And you get that woman who didn't she get shot in the bounty hunter episode in the first one?
He was in series 1, was he?
Yeah.
She got shot, but at the end of the episode, there's an unknown figure who comes to help her, and as it turns out, that was Boba Fett. We just didn't know.
Hold on, Aaron just commented. Aaron, you said this on the Brick Flick stream. I'm not going to get it up, but you guys can read it. He says, more excited than Rolf Harris in a certain ward in a hospital, which I'm not going to say. Aaron said this in the Brick Flick, but yeah.
Now it's immortalized in the stream.
But anyway. Oh crap, we got 3 viewers now. What the hell happened? As soon as I mentioned Rolf Harris, people join. This is the worst timing ever. Oh no.
Oh, Aaron said something else.
Control C, Control V, all my jokes. But what the hell was I even saying? Oh yeah, the action in this episode is absolutely fantastic, absolutely phenomenal. Keeps you on the edge of your seat. You've got that what's that lady from season 1 with the sniper. You got Boba Fett going pew 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 pew, and then bending over and going with the rocket launcher.
Oh, fucking classic.
What else have we got? Just amazing action all around from everyone. Amazing action. I can't remember the action specifically, but I just remember being, as Ben said earlier, he was on the edge of his seat. I was on the edge of my seat. I'm sure Liam was on the edge of his seat as well. Unbelievably awesome. The ending was great when they take Baby Yoda. It's like, oh no. Those big ass robots, absolutely cool.
Oh yeah, the Dark Troopers. Yeah, I think that's definitely a callback to Iron Man.
Oh yeah.
yeah, like I say, there was a lot of action in the episode, and then we get that. Of course, we get that fabulous sequence with Boba Fett with his armor on, absolutely annihilating the stormtroopers.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool before, actually, when he was using that. I think it was a Tusken Raider gaffy stick, I think, on the stormtroopers before.
Oh, nice.
He was absolutely demolishing their armor.
But yeah. So overall, best episode of the series so far.
I think so. I mean, the last 3 episodes are so good that it's
Yeah. Liam,
Oh,
where would you rank it? What do you think of it?
Oh, it's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be top 3, top 4, something like that.
Nah, fair enough. Here we go. Next episode, Bilbo. So
legend. Oh, I love this episode.
Absolutely fantastic to see him back. Even though I just said the last episode is the best series of the season so far, this takes the cake right now. So far, yeah, absolutely phenomenal. Love Bill Burr being back. It's cool how he's in prison and then he's like, "What is Cara Dune going to kill me? What?" And then they're like, "Come with her, go with her now, go with her." The robot, very abusive droids, and then
Yeah.
I was just going to quickly say, I've been watching the stream back, and my camera, for some reason, the quality's rubbish. So,
oh, do you want to leave him going back then? Oops, I didn't give him a chance to answer. Never mind. But I just thought, there we go, he's left.
Yeah.
And do you want to give everyone a cheeky face reveal for 2 seconds? Or I know you've got your face in your avatar.
Yeah.
I guess you don't have a background at the moment, so it'd be a bit awkward to have your face come on and you're like, "Yes, well, I do like this episode. Thank you very much." Oh, yes, it's very great.
Yeah.
Very great episode, in my opinion.
Because I'm doing it off my phone and then I just have to like hold it up and so much effort.
Yeah. It's just a pain. I mean, or you'd have it down on the floor and it's just looking up at the ceiling. Hold on, let's see if Liam's picture quality is any better.
It's coming in hot.
It looks better to me. Your face is more clear, your hair's more clear.
It's a little glitchy, but I mean,
yeah, you're stuck at the moment like this. But
watching the stream, it looks better now, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, studio, and then for some reason I was looking at the tab and it kept loading. I kept seeing the loading icon moving, and then the stream back I noticed. So
yeah, but
it's gone a bit. Oh god, I don't know. It's annoying.
There ain't much you can do, I guess.
Didn't happen in the Harry Potter one, but.
Or you could just put your avatar picture on if you want. We could all just well, I'll keep my camera on, but you could just get your avatar up if you want.
I'm going to have to. Damn, that's annoying. I think I'm going to do. Sorry. Yeah, I don't even have a
fair play. But just get any avatar. Just get Obi-Wan as you usually do, which is a decent photograph.
Our Lord and Savior.
Yeah. Hello there.
How do you change it?
Oh, there should be 3 dots on the right side near the microphone.
Oh, yeah.
Click on that, and then edit avatar.
That's it. Yeah.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. I loved you like a brother, Anakin.
Oh,
Coming
back in the Obi-Wan show.
It feels an absolute.
He says, dealing in an absolute.
Oh. Your new empire, my new communist regime. Your new communist regime, Anakin. My allegiance is to the Republic
and democracy.
To democracy. If
you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
If ALP ever blows up, this will be great for the no context. If anyone does any no context, especially me moving my head like this. So, but
All right, let me just get the picture, see if this looks all right. Okay. Right, come on.
Hey,
There we go.
Obi-Wan!
I don't know, I thought it was cool, so went for that
Looking good.
Anyway, so let's get back into this then. Basically, the whole episode is just an amazing action sequence. Please. Oh wait, no, we're on Bill Burr, aren't we? Sorry,
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, that was a great episode. Yeah, like I said.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
you wouldn't expect it. I mean, obviously he's a great comedian, but then he delivers maybe one of the best dramatic performances in the show so far. What a legend, honestly.
yeah, there aren't many people who can balance stand-up comedy and acting and be very good at both.
I know. For an episode that's not actually fan service, it was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, or except for when Boba drops that what's it called? The bomb
The
that makes the
Target
big
charge,
noise.
yeah,
Oh, I
one of the
fucking
best
love that.
sounds in Star Wars.
I was just applauding, man. I was clapping.
what is it? What does he drop?
He drops the seismic charge from his ship. Remember what the ones he dropped in Attack of the Clones?
Oh, what does it sound like?
It
Well, it's
goes,
basically like silence for a few seconds
yeah.
and then a big fucking like wave of like.
yeah, it
Oh,
goes,
It's
really
great.
cool.
Because, if you played as him in Battlefront 2 in the ship mode, he had an ability that did just that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That was always fun.
But yeah, he's just absolute. Hold on, I'm going to move my curtain a bit. No, hold on. There we go. All right then. So there's still. Oh wait, it's just my part of my window that's stopping the sun from coming through.
I thought,
well.
I thought there was a cool action sequence as well when the Mando is, he's disguised as that Imperial, and he's on the top of that. I don't know. It's that Imperial moving vehicle. Oh god!
How dare you like the Mandalorian?
But yeah, he's on top. There's that cool action sequence where he's in that. He's disguised as the Imperial, and he's just facing off against all of those pirates. That was cool, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I loved I just loved the scene where he's just sat down and there's that his old officer, and he's just talking about how he sacrificed all of his comrades and stuff.
Yeah,
and you can just like wanting to kill it. It was great.
And then that general's like, "Oh, well, it was all for the dictatorship of the Empire." And then Bill Burr's sort of smiling, but he looks a bit upset. Then he just shoots him. It's quite cool. It's a bit like Brad Pitt in Seven when he shoots Kevin Spacey in the face.
Yeah. What's in the box?
Huh?
What's in the box?
Oh yeah. What's in the box? Oh God! And then, but yeah, that was a great scene. And then they take on all the stormtroopers and guards. Then they jump out. Then they get out the window, and then who rescues them? Boba? Do they get down, or does Boba Fett roll in and rescue them? Or
he rescues them? Yeah.
Yeah.
On the roof.
He does a flyby shooting. Yeah. It's such good action though when they're just like climbing on the ledges and it felt like a Lego game thing, because at first they were on top of a moving transport and then they were like escaping. If they don't make a Lego Mandalorian level or game of some sort, I'll be disappointed.
They should make like a Fallen Order type version of it. That would be quite cool. Except there's a bit more open world stuff, maybe. But I know. Fallen Order's open world. Like you can go back to places. It isn't just one.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What's his name? Bill Burr's character as well. Let me just look at his name again.
I'm trying to think.
What's his name?
Briggs?
Cobb? No,
it's Briggs, isn't it?
I'm just trying to. Miggs Mayfeld.
Oh,
Mayfeld. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, Mayfeld. And when he's on Slave One as well, he
snipes the place, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Flames. Legendary. Great scene.
Yeah.
And then they give him his freedom, but little did we know that when Bill Burr left, they actually just shot him. He got hunted down by the Empire straight away and sent back to prison.
I hope not. I don't know if his next appearance would be as good to top it, but I want him to come back at some point.
Maybe leave him for one season and leave us wanting more. Then he comes back eventually. You have to give him a good reason to come back in this.
Yeah.
He had a good reason. Don't just
Yeah.
plop him in there for the sake of it, because then that'll ruin it a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
trust
think
people like a good, introduction or whatever.
Yeah, he had an awesome character introduction in the first season.
I think, I think people want to see him come back.
Yeah, I mean, I was a bit gutted he didn't help him get Baby Yoda back, but it wasn't his. I suppose we already had all Bill Burr in that episode, so it's all good in the neighborhood.
You want to give him time to shine and not get like, because in the last episode you have all the Boba Fett and all that lot,
Yeah. Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, and it's cool how her and Boba Fett start fighting and throwing down. That was quite funny.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's in the finale, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was just going to say, Mayfeld as well. He's just he just grew as a character, and there's just a lot of character development, from him and the Mando in that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Oh, and the Mando takes off his helmet. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
that was really cool.
Yeah.
He has to do it, and he just looks uncomfortable.
Well, that's the thing that makes him better than like Bo-Katan, because he knows when to like forego honor to protect the ones he loves.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, amazing, absolutely amazing episode.
Was.
And now Ben, sorry, what do you think?
Great episode. I was fully hooked. I remember watching it. I was watching it in my conservatory. And my dad pops us in, and I'm just like, "Oh, Dad, you need to watch this show," because he was the one, he's there watching the original trilogy when that came out back in the 70s and 80s. I said, "You need to watch this show."
What does he think of the prequels and all the other Star Wars jazz, or is he not too fussed?
He was never. I don't think he was ever that into the prequels. He watched The Force Awakens and a bit like Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. Had mixed feelings about those, some he liked, some he didn't, and that was the case for most people, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Well, on to the big bad boy finale. They've got to aboard Moff Gideon's ship tactically and intelligently, which they do amazing. Because at first they're like, "Oh, we'll just send TIE fighters out. Don't worry. We'll just send TIE fighters out to get the Slave 1, or is it the Slave 2? Don't worry. And then they're like, no, we've got to land. And then they've managed to sneak their way in there.
Oh, yeah. But like you said, it was cool when Boba and that other Death Watch member were fighting.
Yeah.
That was cool. Just the encounter between the Mando, Boba, and Bo-Katan and her, and just how they feel about Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Especially after hearing his voice and whatever.
Yep.
Definitely. So, what else was good about this episode? The scene with the Death Trooper is great, and then the Death Troopers went flying out. The Baby Yoda.
Dark Trooper.
Sorry, yeah, Dark Trooper.
Death Trooper from Rogue One.
And then they managed to come back.
That was cool.
At the end.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, that was cool when, because I think there were actually some Terminator references and callbacks because of the Dark Troopers. It was cool when one of them managed to get through the door, and then the Mando had to face off against it, which was cool. And it was difficult for him, but he managed to come out on top. And then I guess it was a bit disappointing. I was a bit disappointed when all the others went flying out of the ship. They were stuck out, but they did come back, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, as we saw at the end of the episode, if they managed to come back and then all get into that room where all the main characters were, well, they would have been done for, wouldn't they?
Yeah. No, they haven't got much chance of surviving against them. So, Moff Gideon was very sleazy and cool, but I mean, the guy who plays Moff Gideon played bloody Gus Fring, and Gus Fring's just the most evil villain ever. He's really amazing at being a villain. So,
he's so He's so brilliant at playing a sinister bastard. Like, I fucking love it.
Yeah. A dude who just doesn't care what happens to anyone apart. I don't think he even cares about his own well-being. He just cares about coming out on top and the Empire. So
It's great because he's rumored to have like a role in Marvel, apparently singing like Fantastic Four. And,
really cool.
It'd be so easy for them to make him like any villain in Marvel just because he's got those chops, you know.
Yeah. I mean, he was in Boys. I could hear his he was in the trailer one. He's like, "You think you are not important, but you would be wrong because you are not." Something like that. I haven't actually watched Boys, but I can just remember his voice in the trailer and him talking in the trailer.
Yeah, I've had it recommended. I've never seen it.
I suppose it was a good fight sequence between the Mando and Moff Gideon as well.
Very good, very evenly matched.
I think sort of, but I think apparently, I think Moff Gideon went on. I think he was trying to go on the offensive straight away. I think he was probably trying to catch him off guard because he knew that he wouldn't be able to defeat the Mando. Apparently, anyway.
Makes a bit of sense.
Yeah, and then the Mando won, and it wasn't too. I guess it wasn't too hard for him. It was still a challenge, but
yeah. Well, hopefully we have a new villain in season 3. He's been an amazing villain for the first 2 seasons, though. It'll be hard to top him, to be honest with you.
Well, we'll see, won't we? Because he's still alive. They've got him. They've basically captured him, haven't they? But we'll see what happens, won't we?
They'll probably be put into in a New Republic jail or something, but they'll have to use him for information at a later date or something.
Yeah. And then we get to the end of the episode, which has got to be some of the best stuff in Star Wars, frankly.
I was hoping for Cal. I was hoping from Cal from Fallen Order to roll up, to be honest. I thought that would have been cool. Yeah.
I don't think Cal would make much sense, though.
No, it would have been cool. He would have been like, "Hey guys," and then he would have got Baby Yoda. And because the thing is, with Luke getting Baby Yoda, Grogu's going to get slaughtered by Kylo.
I don't know. Yeah, there is that problem, but we don't know.
The point was the Jedi in that era who was training young Force sensitives was Luke. Like, there wasn't anyone else doing it at that point. He was the one to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with Cal, do we?
True, yeah, he has got a sequel, hasn't he?
Yeah, that would imply that he lived.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Because if he had lived, there's no point in a Fallen Order sequel. We'll know what happens at the end. He survives, fine and dandy. No, that's a great point, actually. Fair point, lads. It's good that Luke came back then.
I thought it was just a great sequence with Luke just, ploughing through the Darktroopers. Which is what we wanted to see.
As soon as the X-Wing came flying by, I thought, yep, that's another thing, actually. Boba and Luke are both introduced in their episodes with their iconic ships flying by, because you've got the slave one that flies by, and then you've got the X-Wing. It's a shame Luke and Boba didn't have like a interaction of saying, "Hey, remember me?"
I know that's what. Yeah, there was. I think someone did say that on YouTube or something. Yeah, that would have been something, wouldn't it?
I would have liked that.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'd say this is probably the best episode of the season, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's certainly up there. I don't know if I think some bits to me like, I think it was when Bo-Katan and Cara Dune and that lot were just kind of like chopping through the stormtroopers. I wasn't really that impressed because I thought, okay, but everyone knows that stormtroopers are like the weakest threats in Star Wars. They can't aim. They're just indispensable. And then you have all the dark troopers. I thought if you really want to make these characters seem kind of cool and badass, you'd have them go up against the dark troopers, not these bucket heads, I guess.
Oh yeah, I suppose, but I thought it was still cool seeing all the female characters together, being cool.
Well, I don't know, because it's that whole like girls get it done thing. I often find that a bit cringy sometimes. Maybe in like Endgame's case, not so much in this, but in some examples.
Maybe.
It made sense for the story, though. Those two were together. It wasn't like a whole line of a load of people, and they were just like girl power. Those characters were actually together, so I think it was way better.
Well, yeah, it was part of the plan, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah. I just thought it was cool how Luke used Force Crush on the one Dark Trooper as well.
Yeah, he's become more brutal in his early 30s.
Well, he's got to be more.
It's so great how he
powerful,
mirrored Vader in Rogue One.
Exactly. That's why the people have just been uploading videos comparing that sequence and the Vader Rogue One sequence.
They've got to have taken inspiration from that, and that's fantastic. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, you know what? You guys have changed my mind, to be honest. It is cool that Luke came back. Cal wouldn't have made much sense now that I think about it. So, and it would have ruined the Fallen Order sequels if they do do it.
I mean, at the same time, more people know Luke as well.
Exactly, there probably would have been.
True.
Some
it's safe to go with Luke because some people can look at it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think you've got two really, considering the time period.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if Cal showed up at some point though, because the fact that the actor who plays him, obviously, who does the motion capture, looks just like him, so he can just reprise his role at any time he wants, really.
That's true. Yeah.
Who was the actor who looked a lot like him? Isn't it Stan something?
No, Cameron Monaghan, I think. He's in Shameless, and he played the Joker in Gotham and a few other things.
Fairs. Oh, it's quite cool because Mark Hamill voiced the Joker, didn't he? So
yeah, both. It's the Jedi curse, I think.
What did you two think of the CGI for Luke's face?
It's very some people say on a first watch it's good, but on a second watch it's not too bad. Personally, I don't mind all the CGI on characters' faces. They do their best. They're not purposely making it look amateur. They're doing the best that they can, to be honest. If they could make it look better, they would. But at the end of the day, it's difficult to replicate someone's face and make it look perfect. You know?
Yeah. I was just going to say as well, his face might not look necessarily perfect or maybe as good as some of the characters do in some of the films because they don't have the budget. It's a TV show, so they've got a lower budget.
True, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it takes a lot of special effects stuff to get right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to be a lot.
So I've seen some people who've done a deep fake over it, and that's supposedly made it look better. But to me, they both look kind of uncanny. It's never going to be like, well, it's. I don't think it's ever going to be 100% likeliness, just because it's, But,
yeah. But amazing, absolutely love it. Absolutely.
And also, when Luke shows up, we get some of the most emotional stuff in my opinion. When the Mando takes off his helmet to look at Grogu, and then Grogu touches his face.
I've got to ask Liam, as you're, not quite emotionless, but you're very you're very like a bit like a cyborg version of C-3PO, I'd say. Did you not in a version? Yeah, but did you? What I'm saying is you don't show loads and loads of emotion. Did you tear up at all? Did you go?
Yeah. I was nearly crying. Yeah.
Bloody hell! They've done a fucking amazing job then to pull the heartstrings on you, bro. Bloody hell!
I was getting a bit sick of Grogu, so I was kind of glad to see him go.
Oh, come on.
What?
Come on.
So you was crying with joy. You was like, yeah!
For God's sake.
I thought he was cute in season 1, but then I think it was all the egg eating stuff that just made me think okay, it's getting a bit old now.
Mando, get rid of him!
I'm disappointed in you.
Because it's a nice dynamic, the two of them, but I think I don't know, it's not necessarily something you can do for 6 or 7 seasons.
It'd be a bit ridiculous, wouldn't it, to have them two,
getting into trouble, and then Din has to save him and stuff. And it's
they wouldn't do that. Yeah, they won't be able to.
Nicely handled though. I liked it.
It leaves us wanting more.
It does, yeah,
which is good. But apart from you, Ben, you're happy to see him gone for some reason. But yeah, it leaves us from wanting more. So
yeah. And then, of course, we get to the post-credit sequence.
The Book of Boba.
Yes,
the Book of Vastness.
It's amazing though because he walks in. What's his name? The Twilight guy, the creepy looking.
Yeah, Bib Fortuna is still alive at that point.
He's a fat fuck. He gets his ass handed to him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's actually still alive. So he managed to survive for another what? He managed to survive for another. I think 5 years.
But didn't Jabba's ship blow up? How the hell did he survive that?
I know, that's what was being said as well.
Because Bib Fortuna doesn't look like a physically strong guy and he looks like he's quite an old man. So how the hell would he have the fitness to jump out a ship and survive landing on the sand? And then
Bib Fortuna, that was his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
wanna know,
thought you were talking about the fat guy who was crying on the big beast in the hole.
No.
He should have retired, man. He should have.
Well, Bib Fortuna would just buy a nice house, maybe go to the Outer Rim or stay on Tatooine if he wants to get a big fat pet bantha and just chill out. But no, for some reason he's such an amateur gangster compared to the bloody huts. Because if you look at the palace, it's not lit at all. There's no one in there. So why is Boba even coming back to take it over? It's worth fuck all. You pretty much.
But
on the market, the property value's gone way down.
I think that Bob is meant to. Oh, go on. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, so he wants the property for himself. Then
I'm guessing I'm literally guessing that as soon as the barge blew up, he just went back and then took what was left and just got really fat and stuff.
I think apparently as well, Boba sits on the throne, doesn't he? And then apparently, I think he's meant to be the leader, the ruler of the underworld now.
All hail the king! Yeah, because originally there was going to be a show called Star Wars Underworld, and people were making comparisons of like, are we going to see like a gangster show with Boba Fett running running the show? Because that'd be amazing. And
then we've got this show coming December next year. Perfect.
Yeah, Christmas 2021 is going to be stacked.
What? Book of Boba's next year?
Yeah, December next year.
Yeah. When are we going to get Obi-Wan, man? We're waiting forever to see him chill on Tatooine.
2022.
Yeah, because they're not filming till next year, but that's because of COVID, isn't it, and whatever.
Yeah.
I suppose.
I think they had to wait on Hayden Christensen as well.
Yeah.
Which is really hype. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because
we'll probably get some live action Clone Wars flashbacks, I think.
That'd be quite nice.
Yeah, because Obi-Wan and Vader are meant to be dueling again somehow as well.
Weird.
Oh, yeah. I hope they don't. I hope it's just Hayden outside.
Really
well, they are meant to be, but I don't know. I mean, I think No.
I hope. You know how Luke went into the cave in Dagobah? I hope Obi-Wan goes into a cave on Tatooine and sees Vader like that. That's
it could be a vision. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Because I think it would take away from A New Hope if you had them meet again after Mustafar. Because the point is like they meet and barely recognize him. But it's like, oh, my skills have doubled since the last time we met, or whatever.
Yeah,
and it make absolutely zero sense for bloody for Vader to know he's on Tatooine, because otherwise he would have just stormed the place and killed Obi-Wan. So like, what's the point? It would have been stupid.
And
I mean, I know that
suggests that he goes there right after Empire for the first time ever, or the first time since,
I mean, I know that Obi-Wan's meant to be. I know that apparently Obi-Wan is meant to be able to leave Tatooine for a short time, but we'll have to see whether he actually does that.
I mean, maybe to make the show more interesting, maybe you could go to Coruscant and buy a few death sticks and maybe help a few people here and there. But yeah.
Oh, God, imagine that. Imagine that.
I want you to sell me death sticks now. I want to. No, I don't sell death. I don't sell death sticks anymore. You told me to rethink my life. Sell me death sticks and don't rethink your life. I'll sell you death sticks and I won't rethink my life.
No, it comes full circle.
Into the death stick trade.
Imagine that. Oh my God.
That'd be very depressing. Obi-Wan hypnotizes someone to sort out their life. He's an accountant now. He's got a family, and now Obi-Wan's hypnotized him to go and sell death sticks again. What a depressing ending. But that'll be awesome. But Mandalorian Series 2, what did you guys think?
I think really good overall, at least by the end. I think when it wrapped up with that finale, I thought, oh, that's a great story.
Better than the first one? Or
yeah, I'd say so. The series finale of the first one was good, and it was split into two parts. But yeah, I think
fair play. I mean, we do lose obviously the "I have spoken" guy played by Nick Nolte, and we do lose the nurse droid with the arms. But we get new characters. We get new characters put in there, which is awesome. Overall, I mean, I give season 1 like a 9.5 out of 10, but I'll give this a 9.7. I know people complain about the fan service, but it's fan service done well. Apart from the Ahsoka stuff is debatable, but it was cool to see her there. So the Ahsoka stuff is average. Everything else has been done really well, fan service wise.
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah.
a fair point. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's.
What would you guys give both the seasons out of 10 then?
Like the previous one, like a 9, and this one, like a 9.5 or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
fair play.
probably this. Yeah, I think I agree with Ben. Yeah.
Fair play, fair play. So now, hold on. Do you want to talk about all the other shows? So we got Book of Boba. We talked about that. Obi-Wan talked about that a bit.
There's loads.
Bad Batch.
Oh yeah, Bad Batch. I'm looking forward to that.
That's going to be live action then.
Lando
No,
Calrissian.
it's 3D animation again, like the Clone Wars.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, it's just going to be basically.
So many coming out. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, there's an Ahsoka show, is there?
Yeah. Starring Rosario Dawson in the same role.
There's going to be one of the Star Wars films. It's going to be called Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to talk about the films, but I know they've said Taika Waititi's film is in development. So
yeah, and Patty Jenkins, the director of the 2 Wonder Woman films, is directing Rogue Squadron.
I've not seen much of her work, but I like the premise. So.
What's Rogue Squadron going to be about again? I didn't.
It's probably going to be about Wedge. Wedge Antilles. Do you remember him from the original trilogy?
Is he one of the pilots?
Yeah.
He was the only one to help blow up both Death Stars.
Yeah.
So he could have the name Starkiller, but the story group just didn't like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just looking up all the other stuff that's been announced. There's meant to be these other Star Wars films as well that were announced before, but there's nothing known about them. So who knows what will happen with those?
You know what though? I really hope that they just stick with that if they do another trilogy, that it's just 1,000 years in the future in Star Wars or 1,000 years before. I don't want them to do anything straight after. I want the sequel trilogy, as much as I don't like it, let's just leave it there, please. No more Rebels versus Empire reincarnation. Just leave it there. Sequel trilogy, whatever. Take it or leave it. Some people like it. Some people don't like it. Some people mixed. Personally, I didn't like it, but it is what it is. Keep it there. Just leave it. There you go. I guess it's a decent expansion of the universe if you're a diehard Star Wars fan. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people just want to see the Old Republic, don't they?
That'd be amazing, yeah.
It would, yeah. Because a lot of people have been saying, well, that would basically be Star Wars meets Game of Thrones.
Yeah. So loads of stuff coming up. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, loads of stuff. It's really looking good. I'm looking forward to it.
You'd imagine all the TV stuff is going to be good. I don't know about the film stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
But you pretty much like with the Clone Wars finale. I know the Bad Batch was apparently great. I didn't watch it though. The Ahsoka story was apparently a bit crap, and then all I did watch was the Siege of Mandalore, and I was like, "Wow, amazing!" So
I think from I remember, I think I still enjoyed the Ahsoka arc, but yeah, it probably was the weakest arc of the series.
But Liam, with all due respect, you did say the Jar Jar Binks and Windu story was good. So
I never said that. I think I said it was.
I thought you said you really enjoyed it. Oh
no, it was one of the weaker arcs for sure. Because why would you put Mace Windu of all people with Jar Jar Binks? But of course, that's what they went for. It wasn't. I don't think it was bad or terrible, but it definitely wasn't one of the best arcs.
Never mind then. What was better about Jar Jar Binks in the Phantom Menace for you than Jar Jar Binks in the Clone Wars then?
I'm not saying that I prefer him in the Phantom Menace. I think he's pretty good in the Clone Wars too, with the humour and everything. But yeah.
Fair enough. But point is, there's a lot of cool stuff coming up. I hope they make. I hope every Star Wars film's amazing and Star Wars TV show. But the films, as I say, I have my doubts. I do have my doubts.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah.
Well then, you guys ready to move on to the quiz?
Yes, I'm looking forward to this.
I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah. How long is it, Evan?
How long is the quiz?
Yeah.
Just stop while you can. It doesn't matter if you can't stop for the whole thing.
That's okay. Yeah.
If you have to leave halfway through, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
How long have you got? Do you reckon?
It's not like I'm just wondering how long. Just
Oh, okay. I don't know. It looks like there's quite a bit. All right, then. First question: what is the first line of dialogue spoken in A New Hope?
Bugger.
I hear they shut down the reactor.
It's either one of these two.
Oh, it's multiple choice. Okay, that's easy. That's easier.
Did you hear that? They shut down the main reactor.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Thank God, it's multiple choice.
I probably would have gone for that one as well because C-3PO didn't say R2, where are you? He said that a bit after. So, well, this is obvious. Green.
Oh, God, how easy?
It's green, isn't it? Green.
Yeah. Tarkin.
Oh God, easy as well.
General Grievous.
I thought you said this was meant to be the hard stuff.
Well, the first question was quite hard. Just give it time. Give it time.
Okay.
How does Boba Fett die?
Falls in solar.
Look, give it time. Give it time. Oh, it says the answer straight away. We've got them all correct. Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Why doesn't it say that about that? I think we got it right.
Oh
don't
yeah,
we?
it didn't say it for the rest of them. All right then. Which
character?
character? Chewbacca.
Wait,
Darth Maul.
More. Can't do
Imagine-
Dooku. He is dead.
Who is this?
Sebulba.
Sebulba.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah. What the Andy? Yeah, you're gonna pay for this.
Jewish metaphor. Aunt Beru.
Owen and Beru.
Peru.
And then they both get incinerated.
Hang on now.
You're getting smoked like your Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. Oh. Have you guys watched that Epic Rap Battles yet?
I might
Yeah.
have. I don't know.
Oh, you
Oh,
need
this
to
is
watch
the Luke Skywalker Harry Potter one. Luke
I can't
Skywalker
hear what
Harry
you guys-
Potter.
What does
Yeah,
Luke
yeah.
do? He eats over his
Yeah, I
shoulder,
watched that, yeah.
just like he did in Return of the Jedi, because consistency.
Yeah, throws it over, throws it away. Yeah, stupid.
Quite easy. I'm sorry about this, lads. I looked up Hardy. Look, it says at the top
Well-
Hardy Star Wars quiz. If you look, well, I don't know if you can see the
Wow.
tabs, but it says Hardy Star Wars quiz.
Hardest for like
I think
casual
that's-
fans, maybe
isn't
who sit
that
down and watch
12
films every
parsecs?
2 years.
Sorry,
12
Ben, I
parts.
didn't catch that.
Well, it's like probably hard for casual fans, isn't it? You know, but we are not casual fans.
It is 12 parsecs, isn't it? It's not 10. No?
I ticked 12.
It's
I know,
12.
I'm just. It is 12. Yeah.
Is the ship that made the castle run in less than 12 parsecs?
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, yeah.
That'll do nicely. All right,
Yes,
then.
Yeah,
That's,
BB,
BB-8.
Yeah, BB7. What are you talking about? BB9.
Who voiced this story?
Oh,
I'll get
Phoebe
this
Waller-Bridge.
choice.
Ow.
It's Phoebe
Daniel
Waller-Bridge.
Craig.
No, it's Phoebe
Daniel-
Waller-Bridge.
Are you
Phoebe
sure?
Waller-Bridge.
Yeah, it was female.
I would have gone for Daniel Craig.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
no,
he's
no.
a stormtrooper.
Yeah, he played
I
that in the
wouldn't have
first
given
one.
it to Simon Pegg.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He gets mind tripped
Yeah.
by Ray.
Yeah. Red.
Yeah, red, yeah.
Yeah. What happened to his arm, or will that be explained in another form of
It
Star
was a
Wars?
comic that wasn't very good.
No, actually, there's a level in Lego Star Wars Force Awakens about it.
Ah. Oh,
Final scene.
Baby Luke, isn't it?
Obi-Wan taking Baby Luke to Tatooine. Yeah.
Binary Sunset.
It just ends with no, no.
That would have been
Imagine that in 2005, and it just ends with no.
Who was cloned Django Fett?
Oh, Django Fett. Qui-Gon Jinn! He's dead!
Imagine
Oh.
that. I mean, I can understand, but
Liam Neeson
know.
clone. Yeah.
who was the only actor to have appeared? Right, let's see what the
Anthony
options are.
Daniels.
Yeah, it probably is, but let's see. Yeah, it's
It
got
is.
to be. Yeah.
I've seen this question a lot. Idiot.
Who the hell's Kenny Baker?
He played R2 in the
Anthony
original
Daniels.
trilogy.
Of course, Anthony
yeah.
Daniels was a massive cunt to him, apparently.
Yeah, they didn't get on, did they? Those two.
Anthony Daniels was.
Yeah, he never used to like give him any respect on set. Like he didn't treat him like one of the other actors.
Was he?
Was
Was
he-
it because he was a midget, or? I mean,
It might have been. Yeah, it could be because he's
Yeah, it was
in a robot, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Sorry, I
Irvin
didn't mean to
Kershner.
say midget. Anyone out there, dwarf. Sorry.
Irvin
Who are-
Kershner.
Yeah, Irvin Kershner.
I went on his Wikipedia, right, and he's only like done a load of obscure films after Empire. You'd think they'd have him for like the biggest blockbusters. 'Cause
Yeah, well,
this is
neither
arguably
him
the
or-
best
Richard Marquand didn't really do that much. He died a few years after Return came out.
Yeah, he only died about
Oh.
4 years after. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame.
But you think
Well-
Irvin, he
well-
would have like gone on to direct loads of stuff, loads of well-known stuff.
Mm.
Well, it wasn't as highly received back then as it is now.
It's his
Anyways.
Salt, I think.
Salt, yeah.
Yeah, Salt.
I like Crate.
What
the
was
name
the
of the
name?
anime?
Oh
So the Clone
my
Wars.
god!
I wonder
Clone
what it is.
Wars.
Jar Jar's big day out.
Boss Nass's day off.
Goes to visit some of the whorehouses on Naboo.
Punky Muffin. If you get that reference.
Hello, snoo snoo. Oh god!
So we need to the Clone Wars.
It's droids, isn't it? It's droids.
There is actually a show called Droids, though, an old one.
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
Really? Bloody hell.
2D.
Which famous character's first appearance was cut from A New Hope?
Jabba, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go down. It's
Jabba?
Jabba.
No.
No, it's Jabba. It is Jabba, isn't it? Is it?
Well, technically Boba as well, but it's
It is
I think
Jabba,
it's
yeah, because I remember watching the original 77 version, and he's not. That scene was completely cut out.
Yeah, because originally it was a small fat guy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was meant to be human. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Glad that they
Which
didn't do
martial arts superstar? What's his name? Donnie Yen.
that. Donnie Yen, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Donnie
yeah,
Yen.
yeah.
There we go.
Imagine if it was Jackie Chan.
Oh, God.
Oh well, that was bloody hell.
That was not hard. Oh my God.
Want me to try and find another one? Or?
Yes. Yes.
We got 20 out of 20 easily. What happened there? Oh
God's
god,
sake.
I'm so sorry about this. It said hardest Star Wars quiz.
Yeah, that it did.
I can understand if you're not good with maybe actors' names and who played them, but I mean, come on.
Should we look up toughest? All right, it says 25 toughest Star Wars trivia questions 2017. Do you want to do that or?
Maybe.
If you want, I guess.
I mean, because the thing is, the reason why I thought that one, because I saw the first question, I thought that's quite hard, and then the rest was easy, but I thought, oh, it'll get harder, won't it? And then it wasn't.
I just want more questions about the actual in-universe stuff, rather than who played.
Having done so many, having done so many of those types of quizzes, I've seen those questions so many times now.
No.
That's the thing, yeah, they do pop up a lot, those ones.
All right, let me. Oh man. Only true Star Wars fans can get 100%. Imagine if this is the one we did like nearly a year ago, or no, over a year ago. Or no,
yeah, it
nearly.
was. Well, it was basically this time last year, wasn't it? Or was it the start of this year? I don't know.
Probably the start. All right, I'm looking at the questions now. Let's have a look at some of them. Man, even I know. What the hell? Oh, go away. Let me see if I can. Oh, it's only the first question that's available. I can't see the rest of them, for goodness sake.
What?
Let's try and get 27. Look, hopefully the questions get harder. Chrome tab. I do want to do legit or a bit to see if I can stump Liam.
Oh.
Right then. Obviously, Moss Isley.
Yeah,
right then. George Lucas said, hold on, all right. This is interesting. This is really interesting. What's this?
Okay.
I've got no clue. I've got no clue.
Oh my God. Do you think it's the top one? I feel like it might be the top one.
Actually, I was just gonna say, I think I'll cut out now just because I've got
No! Are we gonna? All right, fair play, Ben. Have a good one, bro. See you.
Yeah. Have a good day.
And I'll talk to you guys later.
No worries.
Right.
Have a good one.
See you later.
Bye bye.
All right, Liam. Someone's just come in and said, "Who do you think will be the best director? Is the best? Best Martin Scorsese, hands down, lad. Martin Scorsese, Wolf of Wall Street, Goodfellas, Casino. What's it called? Taxi Driver, King of Comedy, Raging Bull. I've heard Aviator is meant to be okay. Shutter Island's goodish but weird. Irishman's very good, even though it's quite long. What else has he done that I'm not thinking of? You got any suggestions, Liam?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. God. I don't know. It's difficult, really, because I know there are some films I like where the same director has directed them, and they've all been good. But I don't know. It's difficult to say who's the best. I can understand that how you already know who the best is or who your best is because you've watched way more films and a wider variety.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah, by the way, he did Cape Fear and what's it called? Departed. Departed is amazing. Cape Fear is gets you interested, but it's only really worth one watch. But Departed is absolutely amazing. Because usually Scorsese, what he does, he usually like it's always what you call it. His best work is usually based on true stories or adapted from true stories. But it's good how he created his own universe with The Departed, or well, the writer for it did, and he directed it. So I do like how he made The Departed, and it wasn't based off of a true story. So that's cool. I'm sure other films are not based off of true stories as well, obviously. But yeah, it's cool how he can also not base things off of true stories. And Mean Streets, that was okay, while a bit weird, but I'm pretty sure that was his first film, so cut him a bit of a break. Who would you say then, Liam? I'll give you a few. Scorsese, Spielberg, just because he's made so many big ones. Tarantino's good, but some of the films, I don't know. He's one of my personal favourites, but it's more his writing, it isn't really his directing skills. But you know what? Put him at number 3. Why not? He's made so many. What's it called? Stanley Kubrick's really amazing. Who else? I'm trying to think. Sergio Leone. Ridley Scott's really good. Have you got many people?
There's, like I said, there's some of those you mentioned. Maybe James Cameron, perhaps.
Oh
no. No.
It's your opinion, fair enough. I mean,
I'm only thinking of some of the good films he's made. But...
Terminator 2 is one of the best films ever, in my opinion. Everything else he's done is a bit.
I don't know. I'm only saying that because I'm just trying to think of what he's.
He did the Titanic, didn't he? And that was good.
I've never watched it, and I'd never planned to.
Okay. I haven't watched the whole of the Titanic, but I watched a bit of it, and it was good. But it's not like next level stuff.
Well, it's very long as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Avatar, very overrated. Only really visually good. First Terminator, good for the day, but I think it's overrated personally. It's decent film, but nowhere near as good as 2. But Terminator 1 is way better than bloody Terminator 3, 4, 5, 6, and whatever else they've done, and way better than all that trash. But I think, because people say it's like an amazing, phenomenal film, I think it's decent, but nothing phenomenal.
Yeah.
Come on. So David Cameron's yours then? I mean,
no. Do you mean James Cameron?
Sorry, David Cameron. he directed Big.
No, he's not. He's not my favourite. No, I was just trying to think of people. I guess
Christopher Nolan should be up there.
Literally just about to say him, because I watch all his films, but.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a load of plot holes in his. I don't blame you putting him number 1. The Prestige, Dark Knight, Batman Begins, phenomenal, amazing. Prestige and Dark Knight are like really high level films. The rest of his stuff is either good or naff or confusing.
Yeah, I have to admit, I've only really watched how many of his films. I watched the Dark Knight trilogy, and I've watched. I think I watched Inception or some of it, but I don't know. It just didn't work for me. Inception.
Yeah, I mean, it's very good, but it's a bit confusing and weird. I haven't watched the whole of it either.
Yeah, like I said, I watched the Dark Knight trilogy and that, but he hasn't directed loads of films.
No. I don't blame you putting him number 1 if you want to. It's your call.
And then there's a few others which I know about, but I just haven't watched them. But like I said, the Dark Knight trilogy was good, so...
fair play. So I don't blame you putting Christopher Nolan there, so...
I don't know. I guess he's probably up there, but I don't know who my favourite is, really.
Yeah. Which answer do you want to pick, though, Liam?
I don't know why. It could be any of them, but I feel like it's either the first or the second one. I'm going to say the first one.
Fair. I'll go for that as well. Because with George Lucas, he's like, it's poetry. Everything's poetry. Oh, it has deep meaning because it's poetry. Let's go for the first one. Yes, Liam!
Got it. Yes. Come on.
Right. I'm not surprised because it is like the most like poetic one, sort of, I guess.
I must feel like I've heard that somewhere as well or seen it. So.
Oh, that's easy. Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, it's so easy. The Death Star.
I thought this was meant to be hard.
From which planet? That's Corellia.
Yeah, I would have gone for that one.
Yeah. Right. What's the name of Luke's friend? That's Big Starklighter.
Yeah, the fat guy. Yeah. Fairly hard.
He's not fat. He's not fat. He's not the fat one.
I thought he was. Oh no, Porkins is the chubby guy, isn't he?
Yeah, the one that they all keep. Yeah. What was Luke's Red 5?
Oh, cool. That is a really difficult one, Liam. Fair play.
I guess. Which creatures attach themselves? That's Minox.
Bloody hell! How do you know this? Fair play.
Especially out of the other options, but yeah. In the same film, who's shockingly referred to as a stuck-up, half-witted, swift-up? That's Han Solo, isn't it?
That was really easy.
Yeah, it is
Scruffy
really.
looking nerve herder.
Yeah. What was I know.
Yeah.
Let's see. What was the code name given to Return of the Jedi? It was Blue Harvest.
Oh yeah, because of the Family Guy parody. Yeah.
Well, that's why they called it that. Yeah.
Yeah. I know that's not the reason, but that's what I would have gone for as well.
Yeah. How old?
900.
900. Yeah. 900. Yeah. What creature did Luke? Rancor. Yeah, Rancor. Yeah. Let's see. Who eventually had the honor of killing off Leia? Leia. Yeah. Oh. All
right, let's read it then. In The Phantom Menace, which leading British actor was cast as Bail Organa, but ended up on the cutting room floor with his scenes were edited from the final version?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably the top. I don't think
cutting room floor mean.
It just means it was cut.
Oh,
it's just an old phrase because I think it refers to when films were actually filmed on film, and then they cut the film, don't they? And then it ends up on the floor, basically, in the cutting room.
Okay.
I think it's got to be either, mate. I think it's got to be either. I'm guessing Adrian Dunbar or, I mean, would Bill Nighy really play him?
Well, Bill Nighy was like. It was 1999. I don't know what he'd been in. I know Bill Nighy's been in Pirates of the Caribbean, Magic Roundabout, and Love Actually, and obviously he was in the one episode of Doctor Who.
He was in Harry Potter as well, I think.
What did he do in that?
He played. I think he played the new Minister of Magic.
Cool.
He was in Deathly Hallows Part 1. Oh
yeah, I remember now. Yeah, he was giving them Dumbledore's details, wasn't he?
That's it. Yeah, he gave Harry, Ron, and Hermione the. Was it the Deathly Hallows he gave them?
I think Ron got them. He got an invisibility thing, or I can't remember what it was. No, it wasn't an invisibility thing. He gave Ron.
It was like a. It basically it sort of transmits a light. It moves a light to. It basically lights up areas, doesn't it?
Can't remember what he gave Hermione. And didn't he give Harry the sword?
Yes, and I think what did he give Hermione? Was it a book or something? Wasn't it? Was it the Tales of Beedle the Bard or whatever it is or something? I don't know.
What's the point of that? How is that useful?
I can't remember whether it was that or it was something.
I suppose that she was quite academic. I can understand him giving it to her. All right then. So Liam, who do you reckon? Because I've got no clue.
Unless they cut Bill Nighy, because I just can't see him playing him, but just especially because he played a weird character in Love Actually. But I don't know. I think so. I'm just gonna say Adrian Dunbar.
Yeah. Oh man. Yes!
Got it.
Well done.
Come on. So far, so good.
That is next level knowledge, my friend. I know it's sort of a guess, but there was a bit of logic that went into it. That was awesome. I probably would have gone for Brendan Gleeson because it sounds a bit like, what's his name, Brian Blessed, and I don't know, because he was obviously Boss Nass. That was a bad move. But Adrian Dunbar sounds like Admiral Akbar, so I don't know. I know it's weird. That's just the way my mind works. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I think Brendan Gleeson, I've just looked him up as well. I thought he wasn't British anyway. He's Irish. He's not Northern Irish. He's Irish.
Oh, yeah.
So he's not British. So I thought he can't be him. All right. Who will play the young Lando in Solo? Donald Glover, yeah. Which star? Oh,
they're asking us some difficult ones here.
Difficult question. Damn. Oh my gosh. Oh god.
By the way, Liam, I know you're not doing this, but please don't look up the answers because that.
I'm not.
I know there's no proof that we're looking up the answers or not, but please don't. Just for
no. Oh god, this is difficult. This is. I know it's only a cameo appearance, so it might be a blink and miss it moment.
The only one I've heard of is Julie Walters, but would they have had? If it was, why would they give someone famous a bloody cameo? Surely it'd be a smaller. But they do. It's a mixture, isn't it? Sometimes it's usually someone famous, and they're like, "Oh, wait," and then it might be a bum who no one's heard of, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm not bothered." Well, not necessarily a bum, but someone who hasn't been heard of.
Well, I don't remember seeing Julie Walters, so I don't think it's her.
Okay, okay. Either one of the other two.
Yeah, I think they're all British. I think. I know. Well, I know the top one and the bottom one is. Who's Duncan Preston though? I don't know. I feel like I've heard of him, but I don't know what he looks like. It's got to be him or Celia Imrie.
What's your gut feeling then? What are you going for? Because I've got no idea.
God, I don't know. I'm gonna have Duncan Preston because he's the one I'm the least.
I'll probably go for him as well.
Don't know the least.
What happens? Come on!
Oh,
bloody hell!
I know what she looks like, and she's been.
We've got one wrong, but that was a really hard question.
Yeah, it was.
Oh God! I mean, how are you meant to know this?
Had a role in the Phantom Menace, but for which character did Andrew Seacon provide the voice? Oh God, let's see. 1 minute. So in the Phantom Menace Attack, so Boss Nass wasn't in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Watto, it's got to be. Oh no! Wait, yeah, it's got to be Watto because Ahmed Best played Jar Jar Binks, so it's got to be Watto because he was in those two as well.
Yeah, so I would go for it as well.
There we go. What's the family link between?
Oh,
their uncle and nephew.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Right. Purple. This is easy.
Yeah.
I know this all the time. Which two actors appear in all six playing the same role? Oh, 1 minute.
Isn't it R2 and...
Oh, it's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be the top one. The top two.
Can't be the other two.
Yeah, because I was thinking, was Kenny Baker actually playing R2 in all the prequel trilogy? But must have been.
Dooku in it.
Dooku, yeah. They spelled Sidious wrong.
Aha.
What was the mother of Shimmy?
Shimmy, yeah.
Shimmy. Who was another? Salacious Crumb.
How do you know that?
I do.
That's really good. That is awesome.
In The Force Awakens, he never made a deal with Kanji Club.
Who the hell is that?
They were just mentioned in The Force Awakens, really.
Oh.
Who was used to betray the interior of the Empire base. Oh God, this is an interesting one.
Heathrow Airport.
Let me think. It looks quite industrial. It's got to be either the airport or the tube station, hasn't it? I think. Maybe. Do you think? Or
I'll go for Heathrow Airport. But you go for what you think.
Oh God. The interior. Oh, I'm going to say the tube station.
I'm going to go for that, as you know more. Yeah, yes. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Right, the character. What is Enfys? Oh, Enfys Nest. I know who the character is.
You wouldn't.
I think it's going to be Sun or Moon.
I think, well, Moon, it make a bit of sense because Han Solo's in space smuggling, but Sun, it's sort of like, I don't know. I think Moon because Han Solo's in space. It wouldn't be bloody Rainbow. Are you having a laugh?
Yeah, we'll go Moon then. Let's go Moon.
Yeah, it'd be weird if it was Sun. Oh, it was Rainbow.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, it's weird that Enfys Nest guy is in Solo and Han Solo like it's space and stuff.
Yeah, Enfys Nest is that masked person who unmasks herself at the end of the film.
Oh, okay. I can't really remember it that well.
That's fair enough. What's the name of the planet? Act 2.
Yeah.
And there we go.
Well, 25 out of 27. There were some really difficult ones there.
Yes, so that was pretty good. Yeah.
Well, 1 hour 31. All right, then. Final thing we're going to do is legit or a bit to see if I can catch out Liam. So,
right.
Do you want to make? Well, not make one up, but tell a weird story, or are you not bothered after I've done one to you?
I could, but the problem is I've got to think of one.
Okay. I'll do mine. See if you can think of it. So,
okay.
I was blocked on Messenger by Mike Tyson.
Wow. Wow.
So, do you want me to tell the story then?
Go on then.
So, a few years ago, this person I knew at school was training at this boxing place not too far away. Obviously, I had my knuckle injury, so I've still got it now, so I can't do boxing, sadly. But I like looking into gyms and looking at what they do and how cool they do things and all that jazz. If they've got any local fighters coming out, and the main trainer had Mike Tyson on his friends list, and it said California. It had Mike Tyson's details, and I thought a bloke who's been in boxing for years has his own boxing gym. He's not going to have a fake Mike Tyson account. The dude's like 40. The dude who runs the gym and trains people. He's not going to add a fake Mike Tyson account. So I added the Mike Tyson account and tried sending it messages. And obviously it just came with a blue tick. So I thought to myself, oh, cool. So he doesn't see these messages. Well, he obviously does, but he doesn't respond to them. So I sent loads of stupid jokes that I came up with at the time. I sent like, you smell like a vegetarian's fart from Fools and Horses. I sent really daft jokes. The joke about the, what was that weird joke that I sent? Just weird jokes that I came up with, all weird situations, all weird stories. Like a story about this one person told me about this story, how he slammed his head against the floor and said, "Come on, I'll take you all on," from upstairs when he was drinking loads. One person when he'd had quite a few shots. Another story was like about a teacher having a breakdown, going, "Guys, you're coming late and you're laughing at me." And then little did I know, I tried to send it another joke. Mike Tyson had saw the messages and blocked me, and it said, "You can't respond to this person."
Wow.
And I thought, oh no, I've sent him all this daftness. Mike's not going to be too happy. So he blocked me.
So you mentioned this fake Mike Tyson account. So
no, it might be. I'm pretty sure it was real.
Oh, okay. So you think it was okay? All right.
I'm very, very sure it was real. Because why would a fake account not accept my request and not add me? And why would it have not seen the messages straight away? And why would it have all Mike Tyson's details?
That's a good point, but don't know. I feel like this is a trick question. This is a trick. A trick one. So he blocked your messenger. Did he block your messenger? Okay, I'm actually going to say true.
You're the fucking master. For fuck's sake.
Oh,
I thought that one would have caught you.
Wow.
Oh, bloody hell. You played it well there, Liam. Jeez. Wow. You played it very well.
I don't have a 100% record there, remember, because when we did it with you and George, I got George's wrong, didn't I?
Yeah, but bro, it's so hard to get all three right. So pretty much you got the first two of me and Ben right. The first
Ben as well, yeah.
You and Ben. Then you got two more that me and Ben did right. Now you got this one. You're pretty much 5-1. 5-1, man. That is absolutely phenomenal. That is just mad. I don't know how the bloody hell you pulled that off, bro. Because that was like, I feel like that was a real, not sucking myself off, but I feel like that was quite a hard one.
It could be, yeah. It definitely was. I feel like I was changing my answer throughout, but yeah.
What gave it away then that it was true?
I guess when you said about how you'd sent all this stupid stuff to him, and then I guess he blocked you because at the same time you made a good point when you said that a fake account wouldn't do that, but you never know, they might. No,
but the thing is, I do want, like, when you're telling a true story, you have to be 1,000,000% true, because otherwise, I mean, with this game, with Legit Orbit, you can just bullshit the whole way. You can say, "Oh, I had the chance to go to space, then I turned it down at the last minute. I went to NASA and had a massive tour and pooed myself, or I farted and they all looked at me." You can pretty much just make it all up if you want, but I think that's absolute shit, to be honest. And I don't think any of us have made anything up so far. I haven't made anything up so far. So I think it's best to just play the game correctly. But hey-ho, there you go. If we have anyone who makes stuff up, I'm pretty sure you can sort of, by the way the person acts, you can sort of guess if they're going to make things up, can't you? So.
Although, to be fair, though, with George's, when I got his wrong, his was most of, I think it wasn't most of it true, but he just didn't actually meet the person. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but George plays the game fair because George takes a little bit of pride in being a very good liar. So I'm pretty sure he plays the game well, unless he's lying about being a good player and he's just fooled us all.
Oh, good.
But the thing is, Liam, all I will say is for the first three, I beat George, and then we've been toe to toe. We've either both beat each other or both lost, and I've even let George go first. And so I can, because say if like I go first and then George beats me, then say if like I suss out George's, but then George could purposely make his false. I don't think he does do that, so that's why I let him go first. And I know I'm going to be totally honest about it. I think George is totally honest about it, though, to be fair. But I just like doing that just in case, because me and George have been toe to toe. But you've done extremely well. Fair play.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, you and George have done way more of them.
True, we've done like a million of them. You've only done 6. Well, you've only guessed 6 and done 3. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Do you have? Because if Ben was still here, I would have said I could be the detective. So do you have any story for legit or a bit?
I don't know. I don't really have one off the top of my head at the moment. I mean, maybe I could think of one for the next time, I guess, for a change.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, next time maybe. I feel like the next one me, you, and Ben could do. No one's going to get to this bit, and we've only got one person watching. So for the one person, it's you watching. Oh, never mind.
Probably just checking the stream every now and then.
Well, if anyone does ever watch this back, I'm thinking for the next one me, you, and Ben do, maybe do a bit of a review of the Clone Wars. Maybe review Clone Wars seasons 1 to 4, then 5 to 7, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
We've got a load of Star Wars content coming up. Maybe review a load of MCU movies. Maybe do Star Wars versus MCU.
Yeah.
I don't know. We can. There's a lot of options really, because me, you, and Ben know loads about all the big franchises. You guys know considerably more than me, but I think I have a solid knowledge. So.
Yeah.
But I think we can wrap it up.
Sorry, I was going to say, I think we should definitely do more Star Wars quizzes as well. I just love doing them. Yeah,
they're quite banterish just to test your knowledge.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could have got 27 out of 27 if Ben was here. It would have been very interesting.
Yeah, it would have been, because you never know whether he might have knew those two, because you never know sometimes. He does have some, I guess, some more obscure knowledge, so you never know.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not going to do an Agraran because I don't have one, and I think Agraran's going to come to an end soon because there's only so many annoying things that you can come up with. Maybe the final Agraran will be episode 100 because there's only so much you can come up with. I don't know how consistently I'm going to do Agraran anymore because a big problem with Agraran is every guest, say if I say to you or Ben or everyone, unless everyone else has watched every Agraran and everyone remembers every Agraran, they could potentially pick the same one as myself or George when he's done it, or even Aaron himself when he's done it. So it can get quite repetitive quite easily. Because then if people are just making the same points over and over and over again. I might say a quick Agraran, though, just for the sake of it. I know that goes back on everything I just said, but my Agraran is, I've sort of done it before, but it's sort of like people who say one thing. Oh, no, I've done it before. People who've gone about themselves all the time and don't give anyone else another chance. It's basically the same thing. Just people who, I've done it before. People who ask you something, then go on about themselves 24/7. I've pretty much done that one before. Agraran doesn't need to come to an end soon. I think by 100 episodes, we should end it and replace it with another segment. I was thinking of like a mad story segment, or maybe a call-in segment. I don't know. Or maybe a true or false segment, a few true or false questions about nature or history. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll just have to see. I think Agraran has been a good segment. Do you think it's been any good or overrated or average or crap? Or
it's been okay. I don't think it's as good as and as entertaining as Legit or a bit, but
yeah.
But I guess you can see what people don't like, and then maybe you can relate to them, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, Legit or a bit, we can pretty much keep that going for however long the podcast goes on for. If the podcast, I mean, I want to basically, my plan with the podcast, right? I want to keep doing it, not too consistently, because obviously with this COVID, I myself have been out of work, so I guess I've had more time to do the podcast. But once I do get a job again, I'm probably going to try and do some voluntary work soon, because they're going to give you a chance at that. You'd like to think people give you a chance at that, but obviously I've had a lot more time to focus on the channel. But let's say we do a podcast every 2 weeks or every so often for the next 10 years. Then after 10 years, probably that's just what I want to do anyway. If everyone else wants to pack it in or doesn't want to do it or thinks we've talked about everything we can talk about, then that's absolutely fine. But I'm going to try and keep it for the next 10 years, give or take. And then after 10 years, I could still enjoy it, but you never know. I could stop enjoying it in a year. But after 10 years, we just like do a Christmas special, a summer special, Halloween special and maybe a New Year's special. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, who knows what the future holds? You know, I mean, that's why I don't really. I'd like to say that maybe I might do this at some point in my life and this, but I'm sort of, I guess, like you in a way. In a way, I'm sort of more or less taking every day as it comes, and I'm not trying to, you know, like you with the podcast. I guess I'm not trying to say, oh, well, I'll stop doing this then or whatever. You know.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, Liam, with your content, you can always do a stream if you want, you know. But if you're like, let's say, you've got a wife and a kids in 10 years, it's going to be hard to like make a full in-depth review of something. So I suppose you're just going to have to see how it goes. I mean, there are people out there who obviously have a wife and a kid or kids, and they still do make time for certain things, but it's definitely a lot harder to do an in-depth review. I suppose it's how you edit it as well. If you just have like a load of gameplay, then it's, which you obviously you do, but you do it really well, how you have different gameplay which relates to the thing that you're talking about. Well, it would just be a lot easier to have loads of random gameplay. But I suppose with live streams, you can easily bust one of them out once in a while, can't you?
Yeah.
So,
well, the thing is, yeah, I mean, a lot of my content recently has just been live streams because, you know, because I've just been playing through games, haven't I? So,
yeah. I mean, personally, right, I think with your live streams, they are, they're not, the thing is, everyone's only so good at a certain thing, like naturally. I think the live streams are solid, but they're not outstanding or phenomenal, but they're far from like boring.
Oh no, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
I'd say your biggest strength is analyzing things. The reviews and the Destroy All Humans review of them two games. That's your best video by far, in my opinion. Everything else is, I mean, the Crash Bandicoot analysis. I really like that of the glitches. That was very good. Rise of Skywalker analysis, Sith analysis, like the trailer analysis, Sith analysis, the review. Not Rise of Skywalker, sorry. What's it called? The latest one.
What, the Sith name meanings?
Yeah, Sith name meanings, but I can't believe I forgot the name of the third film. I must be going mental. What's the third film called? No, it is the Rise of Skywalker, isn't it? Oh, I'm such an idiot.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Sorry, the second film is The Last Jedi. Yeah, you did a Rise of Skywalker review, which was okay, even though I disagree with it. The analysis was great.
And then I did another one after, didn't I? Just more casually talking about it after my third viewing.
Yeah, and the Sith analysis was great, but obviously by far your Destroy Humans review is just it's so high tier. I'm glad it's got more views. It got 28 views straight away, and now it's got 39 views. I'm glad that it's got. I hope it just keeps getting gradually more and more. I hope in a few years it gets to 100. Well, to be honest, I hope it gets thousands in the future. To be honest, I'm not trying to make this about ALP, but I feel like we might have a small chance at getting big or somewhat big. If we do, I'd definitely shout out you, George, even Ben, even though he doesn't upload much. Definitely, you know, with all the help and the assistance with the podcast.
It's nice to know. Yeah, thanks.
And I'd like to think that you or George would do the same. I think with your reviews, they have a chance of like. I think the reviews definitely have a chance of blowing up. The streams are quite hard. It's quite hard to get streams blowing up because the problem is you just have to do that all the time, don't you? So
yeah, that's the problem. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, in terms of content I've got coming up, there aren't going to be as many. Probably aren't going to be as many streams as often, you know, coming up. But because I said, you know, I'm going to do some more reviews.
that'll be nice.
But yeah, I probably will do some more streams. But I've just got to decide on which game to play next. And
because you said you're going to review all of the what's it called? Crash Bandicoot 4, Marvel Avengers, like basically all the games you've streamed, and Star Wars, Starfighter, not Starfighter,
Squadrons. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, and then I'll probably make that a new sort of tradition, you know, to review every game I play. Now I think probably
that's quite nice because hardcore Twitch streamers, they don't stream the games that they review, do they? They just stream the game, or the YouTube streamers, they don't review the games they stream.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's fair enough. I can understand if they don't want to. Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, the thing is with reviewing, it's just so difficult because, especially with things like games, so much is already said about the games. And while reviewing any piece of media, it's so hard because as I say, it's already been said by so many other people. So you do have to somewhat bring something new to the table.
That's true. Yeah. I guess at the same time, people just want to know this person's opinion as well.
True. Yeah. Everyone's opinion's usually different on certain aspects of a game.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they want to know if their opinion is the same as theirs.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah. And whatever. Yeah.
Well, I guess we can. I'm tempted to just keep rambling and make it the longest podcast, but there's no point.
That's up to you.
No, there's no point. I've got nothing left to say. We had some great convos. Go check out Liam and Ben's channel. I'll put them in the description. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. That is all.
See you guys.